Y'all all right? I remember the first time my pastor used the bathroom at my house. He said, Brother Smith, he said, you mind if I use the bathroom at my house? We were going, he said, Brother Smith, I said, yeah, go ahead, Pastor. I know he was in there for a while. I see he probably changed the clothes, we going fishing. You know, waiting a while and everything. He finally come out and I had to go back by them. I don't know if Bishop got that shit something from him, he ate or what. But man, he had lit that thing up. I'm just telling you, boy, it did. And I realized, I said, them guys human. Yeah. I'm telling you what I realized, they human. Y'all all right? It's just stubborn. How many of y'all thought about it, like preaching, using the bathroom? You like, they don't use the bathroom. They be too godly. I thought that too. He used that thing, all that left. All I saw was a man. I just like he told Hallelujah. I just said, you a man. like he told him, Malaka Tyree, you a man, and you not all of him. Y'all all right? It's good to see the human side, because that human side gives us something to connect with. By the time y'all don't see it like that, do you? All right, let's see. I make statements, I don't know why sometimes. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know why. I'm working for a man that's built on statements. Whole plan of salvation built on statements. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what happened. Been a while, ain't it? I can tell them fat kids, they start to vibrate when they cry. When they're right, that jelly, all them little baby got a little jelly in them. And then some of the grown people, that's how I tell some of the grown people still got some baby on, because they still got that jelly. That jelly. Y'all know about that talk? They like they got that jelly still on them. Y'all know about do that? Ain't gonna call nobody name. Abarim. Let's see. 15 and 4, Romans. Yeah, Ukanan. I know I'm put the yeah. How you say it? Yeah. Do you use the hawk too? What you say?
Yukanan.
Yeah, Zach, how you say it? What? What do you say? You should say the Yahukanan. How you say it?
Yahuchanan.
Yeah, Yahukanan. Hakanan. Yeah, that's. What you think about that?
Sounded good?
That sound good? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I got like Bosh. I kind of got that fat tongue. I can't get that out yet. I just got that fat tongue. Old people call that fat tongue. They can't get them words out. How many of y'all young folks feel me that? They just tell their best Bosh get that fat tongue. How many of y'all remember the old people say stuff like that, didn't it? You come and now, there's that boy got that fat tongue. He can kind of like that cow tongue. Like Grady had when he had a cow tongue and a banana. He said he called it lickety split. Yeah, don't worry about it before y'all time. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. Yahuchanan, 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 Yahuchanan. Yahuchanan 6 and 44. And Abarim 12 and 1. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
See that? That's what he told us. That's all right. Whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience, comfort of the scripture, might do what?
Have hope.
Might have hope. I make statements. Let's see at Yahuchanan 6 and 44. Listen to the book.
No east can come to me.
No man can come to me.
Except the Abba which hath sent me draw him.
And what you gonna do?
And I will raise him up at the last yom.
Tell him what's written.
It is written in the Nabi'im, and they shall be all taught of Elohim.
What happened?
Every east therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Abba cometh unto me.
See that? That's what they say. Every east therefore that had heard and has learned of the Abba cometh unto me. When you learn of the Father, they say you don't come unto him. Right? So it's important to know where he at then. Right? I mean, and saying and making a statement of saying and knowing where he's at, I guess it's good to know what kind of state of mind a person in. Y'all all right? It's good if somebody tell you to come to. I want to kind of know what kind of state of mind you're at, because I want to know what's your intent. What's your intent? Let's see something. This is operating 12 and 1. I don't know. Let's see. Listen to the book.
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Looking.
Unto Yahusha,
The who?
author and finisher of our Amunah.
Who for the what?
Shusha, that was set
Who
before
for the joy
him,
that was set before him? Did what?
endured the toot, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Elohim.
Yeah, that's good. We kind of high. Yahusha 9, chapter 19, verse 20. Who for the Shusha, which is the joy, endured the cross, despising the shame.
And is set down at the right hand of the throne of Elohim.
That's all right. That's good. Let's see. This is Yahusha 9, chapter 19, verse 20. Listen to the book.
This title then read many of the Yahudim,
Yeah.
for the place where Yahusha was crucified was nigh to the city,
And what was it written in?
and it was written in Abari, and Greek and Latin.
Come on.
Then said the chief Kohanim to the Yahudim to Pilate,
What did it tell me?
write not the Malach of the Yahudim,
But do what?
but that he said, I am Malach of the Yahudim.
So what happened?
Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written.
Come on.
Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Yahusha, took his garments and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part, and also his coat. Now the coat was without seam, woven from the top throughout. They said therefore among themselves, let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled, which saith, they parted my raiment among them,
Yeah.
and for my vesture they did cast lots.
Yeah.
These things therefore the soldiers did.
Yeah.
Now there stood by the cross of Yahusha his aim, and his aim's Akut, Marim, the wife of Cleophas, and Marim Magdalene.
Yes.
When Yahusha therefore saw his aim,
Yeah.
and the Methites standing by, whom he loved,
What did he
he
do?
saith unto his aim, Ashah, behold thy ben.
And what did it tell him?
Then saith he to the Methites, behold thy aim.
What happened?
And from that hour that Methites took her unto his own home.
What happened?
After this, Yahusha, knowing that all things were now accomplished,
What happened?
that the scripture might be fulfilled,
What did it say?
saith, I thirst.
Yeah.
Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar and put it upon hyssop, and put it to his mouth. When Yahusha therefore had received the vinegar, he said, it is finished.
That's it. That's good. That's good. Let's look at 12 and 1 again. Abarim. Well, before we get there, get me 12 Matayahu. They're called Matthew. Matayahu. Matayahu. Chapter 27, verse 43. Like that. Listen to the book.
He trusted in Elohim, let him deliver him now, if he will have him, for he said, I am the ben of Elohim. The thieves also, which were crucified with him,
Did what?
cast the same in his teeth,
Which mean they did what, Ike? That's right. They hurled insults at him. What happened?
Now, from the 6th hour, there was Kashak over all the land unto the 9th hour.
What happened?
And about the 9th hour, Yahusha cried with a loud voice, saying, Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me?
What happened?
Some of them that stood there, when they heard that, said, This each calleth for all Yahu. And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink.
What happened?
The rest said, Let be, let us see whether all Yahu will come to save him. Yahusha, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the Ruach.
That's good. Give me the book of Mark chapter 15. Mark 15. What's the last verse? $47?
47.
27?
47.
47. Get me 38. Mark. I'm saying wrong. Chapter 15, 38. Listen to the book.
And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from
We're
the
going to go
top.
up. Make it verse 30.
Save
15 and
thyself
30.
and come down from the cross.
Yeah.
Likewise also the chief Kohanim mocking said among themselves with the scribes, he saved others, himself he cannot save. Let Mashiach, the Malach of Yasharal, now descend from the cross, that we may see and believe. And they that were crucified with him reviled him. And when the 6th hour was come, there was chashak over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour Yahusha cried with a loud voice, saying, Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani, which is being interpreted, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me? And some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, Behold, he calleth Eliyahu. And one ran and filled a sponge full of vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink, saying, Let alone, let us see whether Eliyahu will come to take him down. And Yahusha cried with a loud voice and gave up the Ruach. And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom.
That's good. That's good. Give me the 24th chapter, 23rd, 23, Oriel, 23. What, they go to 54? Oriel, they call it Luke. What's the last verse there? 54, 56?
53.
53. Give me 43. We go to 56. Oriel, chapter 23. 43. Listen to the book.
And he took it and did eat before them, and he said unto them, All aha dabarim, which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Mushah, and in the Nabiim, and in the Tahalim concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures.
So what do you think that means he opened the understanding of that? Yeah. I'm just curious. What do you think that means he opened the understanding?
Open their comprehension.
Like when I said 23 and 43, if a person read 24 and 23.
56, the last verse.
Oriel, chapter 23, verse 43. And Brandon just let him keep going. Listen to the book.
And Yahusha said unto him, Aman, I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. And it was about the 6th hour, and there was a kashak over all the arats until the 9th hour. And the shamash was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when Yahusha had cried with a loud voice, he said, Abba, into thy hands I commend my Ruach. And having said thus, he gave up the Ruach. Now when the...
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's look at that 12th chapter again of Abarim, chapter 12, they call Hebrews. Let's look at this. Is Abarim, called Hebrews chapter 12. 12 and 1. Listen to the book.
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Listen to that. Seeing we're also compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. What he wants to do?
Let us lay aside every weight,
And
the sin which doth so easily beset us.
so we can do what?
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Looking to whom?
Unto Yahusha, the author and finisher of our Amunah.
That's good. The reason kind of why we went through and we looked at the other writers, doesn't want to kind of look at some of the principles, the way somebody laying aside weights, like his mother and the Matthias he loved. Because he told us to lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily beset us. The beset us and head you in. A lot of things can head you in. Then he told us to looking unto Yahusha, which he looked unto Yahuwah. That was the author and finisher of his faith. He said he committed his ruach into his hands. So that's who he was looking to at that point. That was the author and finisher. He made him, he created him, and he the one responsible for the ending of it. So he looked to him. So we're looking at him to that same idea. Let's see what happened in the 9th chapter of the book of Oriyah, 9:23. Oriyah, they call Luke. Oriyah, chapter 9, verse 23, Luke 9:23 they call it. Listen to the book.
And he said to them all, if any ish will come after me,
See, look at this. If any ish,
will come after me,
y'all know he said this when he was on the tube.
and he said to them all, if any ish will come after me,
Come on.
let him deny himself and take up his toot daily and follow me.
What happened?
For whosoever will save his kai shall lose it.
Listen.
But whosoever will lose his kai for my sake,
What happened?
the same shall save it.
What happened?
For what is a ish advantage if he gain the whole aratz,
And do what?
lose himself,
And what else he want to know?
or be cast away?
What happened?
For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my dabarim, of him shall the ben of Ish be ashamed when he shall come in his own kabud and in his abbas and of the Kudash Malaki.
That's good. That's good. I guess I'm just kind of looking at when I listen to a person's statement. Can you see Matthew chapter 11, verse 28? State of mind, I guess, is what I'm trying to figure out. Just trying to figure out the state of mind. Matthew, they call him Matthew. Make it 11:25 for you. Listen to the book.
At that time, Yahusha answered and said, I thank thee, O Abba, Shamayim and Aratz, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Abba, for so it seemed Ta'ub in thy sight.
That you do well.
All things are delivered unto me of my Abba.
So you see that? That's time for me. I mean, look at Yahusha when he got it. Who made that call? The rest of the people that was in the land? Pharaoh did. They asked about searching out such a one. Could they find such a one? He looked and it seemed good in his sight to give it to Yahusha. It seemed good to put everything in his hands. It seemed good to Pharaoh to do that, to put it in his hands. They were trying to find such a man. He realized, for much as Elohim revealed this to you, it didn't make sense to give it to you. We look at Yahusha, he done say here everything been revealed unto him. It only makes sense if we saw we had even at least a little sense of Pharaoh. Wouldn't it make sense to give it to him? To let him be the one that set over this whole thing? Well, let's see what happened. Listen.
And no Ish knoweth the Ben, but the Abba.
Look at that. What happened?
And neither knoweth any Ish the Abba, save the Ben.
Yeah.
And he to whomsoever the Ben will reveal him.
That's all we know what we know now. He told us no Ish don't know it. So we heard Shaul use some of the same similar statement. He talked about what knoweth a man the things of a man. Things that are Elohim, he said no Ish know it. So these same writers we find Shaul talking what we call the New Testament, or I tell you our second covenant, or when we look at it, we find him making the same statement. Y'all got to tell you the natural man can't receive it because it's a discerning, and the natural man won't get it. He just won't get it. Y'all all right with that? Okay, don't worry about it. Listen.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden.
And what you'll do?
And I will give you rest.
Take what?
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me.
For what happened?
For I am meek and lowly in heart.
And what we're going to do?
And ye shall find rest unto your souls.
That's what I'm talking about. I told you before I had to look at what kind of state of mind a person in when they asked me to do something. I guess in kind of just when I made the statement, I guess I said, well, just kind of look at what kind of state of mind the man is. Sometimes a lot of people ask you to come do that. Little man just tell some fella come in, hey, you're coming for a minute. Somebody tell you, I'm going to watch it first, try to figure out I'm trying to put together what's your intent. How did you ask me? Do I discern some type of cunningness in what you're saying? Huh? Do I feel you trying to deceive me or something? Or are you a person that's in dire help? So I'm really trying to look at actually what's your estate. That's why I'm listening to him, kind of walking through, we listening, kind of looking at his estate. Y'all all right with that? Okay. Look at, sit at Matthew chapter 10. Look at 10 and 30. Matthew 10 and 30. Listen to the book.
But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before unashamed, him will I confess also before my Abba which is in Shamayim.
Yeah.
But whosoever shall deny me before unashamed, him will I also deny before my Abba which is in Shamayim.
What happened?
Think not that I am come to send shalom on your ruts.
What happened?
I came not to send shalom, but
Yeah.
a sword. For I am come to set in each at variance against his Abba,
Yeah.
and the Bath against her mother,
Yeah.
and the Bath-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And Aisha's foes shall be they of his own household.
Yeah.
He that
What?
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth Ben or Bath more than me is not worthy of me.
Yeah.
And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
That's something. That's it. What else he said?
He that findeth his life shall lose it,
Yeah.
and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
That's okay. That's good. Just trying to check this guy's state of mind out. Yes, Yahoo. I don't know. Let's play with it a little bit. Why? $52 and 10. It's not what I want, but I wrote it up there, so we'll work it out anyway. Listen to the book.
Yahuwah hath made bare his Kudash arm in the eyes of all the nations.
Y'all see what he did? He made bare his Kudash arm in the sight of all the nations. What happened?
And all the ends of the Arats shall see the salvation of our Elohim.
Yeah.
Depart ye, go ye out from thence, touch no unclean thing,
Who?
go ye out of the midst of her, be ye clean that bear the vessels of Yahuwah.
Yeah.
For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahuwah will go before you, and the Elohim of Yasharal will be your reward.
What happened?
Behold, my servant shall deal prudently, he shall be exalted and extolled,
Yeah.
and be very high.
What happened?
As many were astonied at thee, his visage was so marred
Then what happened?
more than any Ish, and his form more than the Beni of Anashim.
Yeah.
So shall he sprinkle many nations, the Malachim shall shut their mouths at him, for that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider.
Who we think about with that? Who? Let's see. Aleph Malakim. The list of statements. See if it's 10 and 10. First Kings, they'll call it. Listen to the book.
And she gave the Malach 120 talents of gold, and
This
of
is First
spices,
Kings 10 and 10. Uh-huh.
And she gave the Malak 120 talents of gold, and of spices very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these which the Malkah of Sheba gave to Malak Shalama.
What happened?
And the navy also of Hiram, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones. And the Malak made of the almug trees pillars for the house of Yahuwah, and for the Malak's house harps also and psalteries for singers. There came no such almug trees, nor were seen unto this Yom. And Malak Shalama gave unto the Malkah of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, beside that which Shalama gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants.
Back up to verse 4, 10 and 4. Listen.
And when the Malkah of Sheba had seen all Shalom's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up unto the house of Yahuwah, there was no more Ruach in her.
What happened?
And she said to the Malak,
What did she tell
It
him?
was an Amat report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit I believed not the words, until I came and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard.
See that? Pick me up at 53, 52. Yeshayahu. 52. Verse 12. Yeshayahu chapter 52, verse 12. Listen to the book.
For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahuwah will go before you, and the Elohim of Yasharal will be your reward. Behold, my servant shall deal prudently, he
I'm
shall,
not going to do what?
behold, my servant shall deal prudently, he shall be exalted and extolled, and be very high.
Yeah.
And many were astonished at thee, his visage was so marred more than any Ish, and his form more than the Beni of Anashim.
What happened?
So shall he sprinkle many nations, the Malachim shall shut their mouths at him
You hear that?
for that which
We're
had
gonna
not
shut their mouth at him. Why?
for that which had not been told them.
Whoa. Y'all ain't going to believe what she said. She said the hair hadn't even been told. She said, look, when she saw all the way he had, she was speechless. Her Ruah had left her. That was with Solomon. He was just a shadow coming into Yahuwah, under Yahusha. She said the half hadn't even been told. When she actually seen all this stuff he had, all this stuff he was given, she couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe how they had marred him either. Y'all all right? Said the half hadn't even been told. Get him and let me see the book of Yahuchanan, chapter 20, verse 22. Make it 20, verse 24. Yahuchanan. They call it John. Listen to the book.
But Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahusha came. The other Methites therefore said unto him, We have seen Yahusha. But he said unto them, Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails,
Tell me what happened.
and put my finger into the print of the nails,
Tell me what you're going to
and
do.
thrust my hand into his side,
Tell me what's going to happen.
I will not believe.
You ain't going to believe it. When she came down, that's when she believed it, when she seen it. She came down, she looked at it, she said, I believed it. Listen.
And after 8 Yamim again, his Methites were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahusha, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, Shalom be unto you. Then saith he to Thomas, Reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing.
What happened?
And Thomas answered, and said unto him, Adoni in my Elohim.
Yeah.
Yahusha saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed.
Yeah.
Barak are they that have not seen, and yet have believed.
What happened?
And many other signs truly did Yahusha in the presence of his Methites.
You said what now?
Many other signs truly did Yahusha in the presence of his Methites,
But what happened?
which are not written in this book.
But what happened?
But these are written, that ye might believe that Yahusha is the Mashiach.
Let me ask you a question, Brandon. Would it be safe to say the half ain't been told? Why else would he tell you that? Because the half ain't even been told. Why else would he tell you that? Don't worry about it. I ain't even want that. I told you I didn't know why. I told you I didn't know why he wanted me to put that up there. I really didn't know why till I heard it. But it was some more. I'll let you go. Matthew Yahoo, just for record. Matthew Yahoo chapter 27. Pick me up right quick. 27. Make it 27, 26. Matthew Yahoo. And we'll jump back. We'll go to 53 and 1 at this point. Matthew Yahoo. Listen to the book.
Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he had scourged Yahusha, he delivered him to be crucified. Then the soldier.
24. Sorry, 27, 24. Other one, you're going to give me the book, and you can pick me back up at 1919 of the book of Yahusha 9. I put 1920. Make it 1919. Listen to the book.
When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing,
But rather,
that a tumult was made,
what did he do?
he took Maim and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the dam of this Sadoc
You
person,
say he was what now?
innocent of the dam of this Sadoc person,
Innocent of the blood of this Sadoc person.
see ye to it.
This just person. He told him to see you to it. What happened?
Then answered all the arm and said,
You say answer who?
all the arm, and said,
What did they say?
his dam be on us,
And
on our beneath.
that's all I need to know. Because the book said he was going to sprinkle many nations. Let's see what happened. In the book of Yahusha 9, chapter 19. I just put, make it 1920, so we got it. I had 1919. Well, make it 19, make it 1919. Yahusha 9, they called John 1919. It's just for record. Listen to the book.
And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross.
What did it say?
And the writing was Yahusha of Nazareth, the Malach of the Yahudim.
Who read it?
This title then read many of the Yahudim.
Yeah.
For the place where Yahusha was crucified was nigh to the city.
And how was it written?
And it was written in Abri, and Greek, and Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Then said the chief Kohanim of the
I'll tell y'all
Yahudim to
before, we're
Pilate.
written a lot more languages than that. It actually was. Not 3. They just gave you that. We're actually written a lot more languages than that. And what you said about that?
Then said the chief Kohanim of the Yahudim to Pilate,
What did it say?
write not the Malach of the Yahudim, but that he said, I am Malach of the Yahudim.
And what happened?
Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written.
Sound like Yahuwah. Isn't that right? Sound like Yahuwah. Y'all all right? Psalm 119:89, they call it Tahalim. And other one, let me say Tahalim. He went a little further than I wanted to go to, but 1989. And that means he's going to have to pick me up at that 12 and 1 again right quick. 12 and 1, Abarim, and I'm going to come back to 53 and 1. This is Tahalim, 119:89. You got me, Abarim 12 and 1. Then I come back to Yeshayahu 53 and 1. So I get what I was looking to call, but then he said go somewhere. And who I work for, I got to do what the man tell me. Otherwise, I don't have a job. Listen to the book.
Forever, O Yahuwah, thy debar is settled in Shamayim.
How long?
Forever, O Yahuwah, thy debar is settled in Shamayim.
That's good. This is 12 and 1. Or the book of Abarim, 12 and 1. Hebrews, they call it. Chapter 12, verse 1. Seen.
We also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Those clouds are made up of Ma'im. And we know the Ma'im refer as people. They were watching. What he wants to do?
Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
So people would have watched when he gave away his mother too. They'd have watched him. They'd have hedged him in. The law would have got him in failure. If a mother technically come down, what he had to do according to the law? Otherwise, he'd do what? He sinned. Let's see what happened. I'm going to say, Mashallah. I don't know. I don't know about it. I don't like I might think I made up something. I guess I know Mashallah. Sometimes I watch y'all face it. They think I be making up stuff up in here. Proverbs, they call it 1. Let's see, 1 and 4. Looked like we weren't going to get to this side of the board one time, didn't it? Truth be told, we was on that side anyway. Listen to the book.
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young Ish knowledge and discretion.
What happened?
A wise Ish will hear and will increase learning, and a Ish of understanding shall attain to wise counsels.
You see that? Each of understanding, he's going to attain the wise counsel. What happened?
To understand a marshali
So that you got to understand a byword, an adage. What happened?
and the interpretation, the dabarim of the wise and their kashak sayings.
Yeah.
The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge.
See that? Beginning of wisdom. The fear of Yahuwah, the beginning of wisdom, of knowledge. What happened?
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
What happened?
My Ben, hear the instruction of thy Abba.
You hear that? Do what now?
Hear the instruction of thy Abba.
And do what?
Forsake not the law of thy aim.
I know what he was doing. Do you? Man had to be wise. He had to understand it. You get in trouble, man. What you gonna do? Your mama tell you to come down. What you gonna do? He even told her what he came to do. He said, I came to put at variance a man and his mother. I separate them. That's why he was up there, she was down there. I couldn't put a distance between them. Y'all all right? He knew exactly what he was doing. Had enough sense how to lay aside. So when you go back to look at writing, when writing tells us to do stuff, I got to watch this man because I'm trying to look at what is your mindset? What's your actual agenda when you telling me about doing all this stuff? I know how I feel about my mother. You know how you feel about your mother. But then he came and told me this is what he actually came to do because he saw some things that would prevent a person from doing what he told me to do. And I tell y'all what he was trying to get you to do. You ain't probably believe him, but you will probably by the time I get through. You still won't believe it. I look at the man's mindset. You got to look at what a person trying to do. What's your real agenda? I just say, what is our agenda? We come to rape these kids. Rape these kids. Just say it in Spanish. They don't like that, do they? They love Jake the Snake. He wasn't even a good wrestler to me. Listen to the book.
For they shall be an ornament of con unto thy head, and chains about thy neck.
That's good. Jump back over. What I had is 12. We already read 12. What I had you go back to 12 and 1. You already read that?
I read 12 and 1.
All right, give me back to 53. 53, 1. Since we dealt with 52 a little bit. That's not what I wanted. But I appreciate it. 53 and 1. Listen to the book.
Who hath believed our report
And to whom?
is the arm of Yahuwah revealed.
See that? I just sat here and showed it to him. Ain't that right? Just showed you what been covered up. You never. How many of y'all never knew why he sat around and told you about why so much other stuff was written, and you didn't know about it? Because he came in the volume of the book. He told you that. The half ain't been told. So we don't argue there's other information out here. If they got all them books, they still ain't gonna have everything. That's the whole thing about it. These people, they're spending their time, spending their wheel trying to get all these books. I tell everybody, get these books right first, then we'll move on to some more books. Listen, we're still working through this one. I definitely don't want to see no 7 more or 17 or 28 and 30 more books thrown to my face right now. Let me get these right here right first. And that one, once I get this off my plate, and I got a real definitive stand on everything I need to know right here. Then I'm going to come and they say, but you're going to need them books, John. If I don't understand what I'm doing with this one, you giving me no more ain't going to help me. I'm just being honest with you. It is not going to help me. All you're going to do is confuse me. I kind of got my mind set with certain names and certain places, certain things. Now I get a book and all these names I ain't never heard before and be confused. You know, start to throw me now. Y'all got me? I'm just telling for me. Everybody different. Some people good. They say, man, I take all them books. I know what you do in them books. You're going to make a mess. Gotta watch these people. He done told them, making many books at no end now. These folks got a lot of books out here. There's a lot of planning going on with these people. All these people researching going, and what these people do when they start missing, they don't have research, they start what you call ad-libbing. You all done it before you sing a song? You don't know what that word is. What you do? Dun, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. And you wrote, that ain't the words. The person who wrote the text, that's not what I said. And you know what you say then? That's what I say. That's kind of how we got the book right here. People had some information and people start ad-libbing. It is. And it'll start messing you up. And now what you'll start doing and what you'll start saying is not what he actually intended. Y'all got it? It's just like writers with books and sometimes even with songs, people have certain intents. And you'll think you know it, but it's not. It's really not. So a lot of stuff you want to do. And now you hadn't got with the person who wrote the song. You done got with somebody who heard the song a couple of times. They going to tell you what they meant. And people interpret it. I'm going to tell you what was a controversial song in the 70s. I Really Miss You. Derek, Brandy, Satan. Satan, no. Satan was his mother. There wasn't no conversion. There wasn't no. Sweet Satan was his mother, Chris. I Really Miss You, Brandy. But see, that was always argumentative. Was it a dog or was he singing about his girlfriend? I'm in love with a goat. Mary Jane. That's what happened. You born in the late 80s. How many of y'all know I'm in love with Mary Jane? It was controversial because people thought he was talking about a girl named Mary Jane. Then it came, he was talking about marijuana. So it was argument until people could hear from Rick's mouth. Because some people, hey, they felt like he was talking about a girl named Mary Jane. And so no, he talking about weed. He didn't say marijuana. Mary Jane's another word for it, but people thought, man, I know when I grew up, I was a kid, we thought he was talking about a girl, Mary Jane. Brandy, they said it was a dog. They said, think about it. He said he stumbled to the floor. You were right in the door. I could see her face. They said it had to be a dog or Dwayne. How can you stumble on the floor and look right in somebody's face? Unless they're the same height as Dwayne or a dog. See? What you think about that, Brandon? That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, now that came in and started people because, but then you look at, you could stumble to the floor, she could still be, all you gotta do is look up. In your book told you, when you see all these things come to pass, what he told you to do? Why? So you'll be able to sin. But you still gonna be down. So stumble to the floor, she was right, I can see her face, you can just look up. So that song stayed controversial a long time because people kept arguing on what they felt like he was singing about. Well, it's kind of the same thing when we look at the book. And then people got their preference. I want to believe something because I've been believing it so long. That's kind of what Christianity and a lot of other things people do. I want to leave myself room to a point that I don't want to just believe what I want to believe. I want to know what I believe. Yeah, I want to make sure I got the right directive when I'm going down looking at it. I want to make sure I got the right understanding of the person that I got it from. What was his mindset? That's important to me because I'm saved by what? According to what? Measured by what? Okay, I'm just looking. I'm looking at the person that said what he came to do, he was delivered. How did his deliverance come? In death. Y'all understand that? The book said he was heard and that he feared. Who know what he did that day, that young? Who? He cried out. What did he do? He said, righteous what? Why down? Who know what he did that young? Who know what he did that young? Who know what he did that young? He died. He died. That young, he died. But the writers told us he was heard and that he feared. When I look at delivered, I'm looking at being pulled out of a situation a lot. If I'm drowning, I ain't looking for Leon to come, hypothetically, he's a savior. I'm drowning, crying for help. And Leon said, I'm coming to save you and push me underwater. This is not the salvation I'm looking for, Leon. Leon is not my savior. Am I correct? If you're in determine out dire stress. You're looking for somebody to deliver you from that situation. What delivered from that situation was him dying. Did y'all think about that? What are you going to save you to do? Deliver, save. That's what a deliverer does. They save. They take you out of a situation. Well, the book told us he was hurt, but he died. Now, from a Christian standpoint, you tell him, the book said he was in there, he picked up 5-6. Who know what I want? Arborine. That's what I like. Let me just ask y'all, because there's a lot of stuff people say, people do, but do they really pay attention to certain things? I don't know. Arborine 5 and 6. Hebrews, they call it 5 and 6. Arborine. Listen to the book. This is Arborine, Hebrews 5 and 6. Listen to the book.
As he saith also in another place, thou art a Kohan forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Look at that. After the order. So, can you imagine somebody telling you that? That you are Kohan forever after the order of Melchizedek. How would you take that if I told you that right now? Do y'all understand what his state had to be? Let me say that 5 and 1. Arborine 5 and 1. Let's see what that says. Listen to the book.
For every high Kohan is taken from among Anashim. Taken from among Anashim is ordained for Anashim.
I take that. Every Kohan, let's get a little something now. Every Kohan.
Taken from among Anashim.
Taken from among Anashim.
Is ordained for Anashim.
Is ordained. So we call him Son of Man title. What would that mean he came from? Because it told us. Now look how writers work in Yeshayahu 9 and 6. For unto who was that again? Us. What was born? Unto who? Or what else? Because it had to come from us and then had to give it back to us. So then we call this title Ish of Ben of Ish, Son of Man, they call it. But letting us know right there from this makes sense from people that know law, instruction, that we know if we were going to take a Kohan, where was it going to come from? You're going to take him from among us. Listen, for what reason?
In things pertaining to Elohim.
See, which going to make sense. In things pertaining. So guess what this person going to have to be for us? A mediator. You're going to have to take somebody from us, and they're going to have to come and deal with things pertaining to Elohim for us. Coming from us to deal with things of Elohim for us. This is a situation which in turn put them in position to be what we're going to call a mediator. A mediator. Let's see what this is saying.
That he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins, who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way.
You know what he told them about the multitude when he had them one time and he was going to send them back home? He said, I have compassion on them. What that meant? What did he say?
Feed them lest they faint in the way.
I have compassion on the ignorant too. They're ignorant, I have compassion on these people. That's what he got for us. I mean, I'm all the way ignorant. I don't know about you. I'm all the way ignorant toward this whole thing. Man had to have compassion on him. He had compassion on me. I'm all the way ignorant. I know absolutely nothing. I say like he said in the 30th chapter of the book of Marshall Lee, I only had to understand of a man. I mean, who had done all these things? And tell me his name and his big name, if you can even tell me. But he knew somebody did it. There was something in him desirous to even want to know. That he realized that there was a creator that had begotten somebody. He wanted to know what was his name and what was his son's name, if you can tell me. I said it was a pretty smart, ignorant fellow. Make sense? I call it a pretty smart, ignorant fellow. I got people today that have been taught, and they don't believe it was a father and a son. But he want to know what was his name and what was his son's name. That's a pretty smart, ignorant fellow. If I could only be such. You would call me a moron, oxymoron. Y'all all right? But our book said, but those fools. That's what I am. I want to be a pretty smart, ignorant fellow. Those fools say when he marry. The only way you're going to do that, you're going to have to move along. You got to put some other petition up for us. You had to provide a way. He had to put a highway and a way. Come on, a fool? What is a fool going to do? He called them fools and said they were slow to believe. Then he stepped away and said a fool couldn't err in it. Come on, man. He had to be setting up something for us. Had to provide something better for us. You had to provide something better for us. I don't know. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this salvation plan thing. Don't err in. This man had to be telling a highway going to be there and a way. He didn't say it was there. He said it was going to be there. Then he came along and told me he was the way. So I'm looking at this Kohan that he took from me and gave to me in things pertaining to Elohim. Because I don't know it. If no man know the things of Elohim except the Ruach, it was going to be necessary to give me somebody that operates in that manner. I don't even know when I'm clean or not. You don't believe what we had to do in the time. We had to go see the Kohan. You couldn't be sitting around with no leprosy and sit around looking in the mirror and talking about, yeah, I'm pretty good, finna get ready to go on in here. You still unclean. Man, I got to listen. The Kohan got to look at you. A Kohan got to look at you and pronounce you clean. You can't go in your home and do that. That stuff these people talking about, you don't need no man leads you. You're going to error. Only a Kohan can do that. The Kohan, the only one can pronounce you clean. You're not clean. You know what happened in the 13th chapter of the book of Yehukanan? When they sat down and Yahusha took a garment and tied it around and began to gird himself and began to wash their feet. And you know what? And then Cup told him, said, no, sir. Said, you'll never wash my feet. He said, if I don't wash your feet, he said, you don't have no part with me. He said, listen, not only my feet, but my hands and my head. You didn't believe what he said. He that is clean needs save only for his feet to wash. You ain't gonna believe who can do something like that. You got to be a Kohan. Only a Kohan can pronounce you clean. To be able to tell a man, that's all I got to do is wash your feet. You're already clean. Only a Kohan can do that. Don't worry about it. We left subject. I don't know why we do this kind of stuff. Blame my boss. But tell me a little more than 5. I wanted 7 and 1, but since he said 5 and 1, I called 5 and 1 first. I really did 7 and 1. We kind of dealt with it. But it makes sense. Okay, let's see.
Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way.
Yeah.
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
Let me ask you a question. You say he what now?
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
Tell him again what he got.
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
Let me ask you a question. Could you read 12 and 1 again for me right quick? Or that same book? Let me get it. 12 and 1. What did it say, Brandon?
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about
with what?
So great a cloud of witnesses.
What do I need to do?
Let us lay aside every
That's why he had to put it down. He had some weaknesses. A man mother, you'd be surprised. What happened? Oh, well, sound like a recording or something jumped in there, didn't it? Did I do that? Like Steve Urkel. But y'all understand that makes sense to y'all. That man came up, guess what he realized? Listen, nobody is exempt from having to get rid of things. You don't get so saved you can handle and do anything. He wasn't so, like folks say, man, when you get so saved, you can walk on hot coals. That boy said, no, you can't, your feet not be burned. You can't do that. You know that man looked at that man had to put it away. He also had with it. What's that man let the man, my mama sit right here, man? Somebody would have grabbed, man, see somebody grab his mama, shake his mama. Chop all that noise. Just start putting them nails there. Nails just shoot out. You know what they doing right now? Who know they putting on? Everlasting kneecap. I'm gonna be kicking ass forever. By my mama? That man putting on an everlasting kneecap. Your ass kicked forever and ever. Throughout. Man got weaknesses. It only made sense for him to put aside. That's the easy way to get me to mess up my mama. He got another guy down here who he love like this. Man, that's an easy trap right here. Isn't that right? He was wise enough to sit and not to forget the law. To hear the instructions of his Abba. That you're going to love them more than you love me. Y'all all right? I don't know what. Hit me about 7 and 1. Then I'll come back to 5 and 6. 7 and 1 are Abarim. I just want to see about seeing we compassed about. Because he said he also himself was faced with the same idea. Same thing y'all go. A lot of people don't like to see the human side of things, do they? People don't like this. I don't like them words. It just, make him human. But get what? I don't have to lie, don't have to steal, I ain't got to whoremonger, commit adultery, have sex with kids, or fornicate. None of this in the book. I ain't got to smoke no dope and drink no beer. Y'all all right? So you see the human side and still don't commit sin. You just don't like it. You ain't got me on sin. You got me on what you don't like. You got me lying, that's sin. You got me whoremonger, hypocrite, false pretend, that's sin. Tight, ain't it? He said, lay aside every weight in the sin. That's so 80%. He said, they got him trapped up. He said, I know they'll get me with it. Go ahead and get rid of it. Listen to the book. This is 71 of Abarim. Listen to the book.
For this Melchizedek, Malach of Salem, Kohan of the Most High Elohim, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the Malachim, and barak him, to whom also Abraham gave a 10th part of all.
You know what's amazing about that? You know they asked him a question about that? They asked that man, said, hey, you seen Abraham? They asked him that. Did you see Abraham? They were concerned about asking him that. Because Melchizedek did. They asked him about it in 8th chapter of the book of Yugonon. They said the man wasn't even 50 years old. And you seen Abraham? You seen Abraham? Listen what happened.
To whom also Abraham gave a 10th part of all, first being by interpretation Malach of Sadiq, and after that also Malach of Salem, which is Malach of Shalom.
And they told we were going to call him the Malach, the king of righteousness. All it was interpreted the same thing. Listen.
Without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of Yamim nor end of life, but made like unto the bin of Elohim.
That's something right there. They made like unto the bin of Elohim. Oh, that's something. That's something. Let's pick back up at 5 and 6. This is 5 and 6 of Abarim. I try to come up in at 53 and try to, what's how well, we just all over the place. Abarim, they call Hebrews 5 and 6. Listen to the book.
As he saith also in another place,
what did it say?
Thou art Kohan forever, after the order of Melchizedek.
So I wonder how exactly that was going to happen. Did y'all listen to the description of Melchizedek? Huh? Y'all didn't listen to the interpretation of him? He was the king of Salem, Malach of Salem. Told you that I also interpreted the Malach of Sadiq, righteousness, all these things. Then he started talking about he was without beginning of days and without ending. And he also didn't have a father or a mother. Now you hear right, and he said this in another place, that he was a Kohan forever after the order of Melchizedek. I wonder where they're gonna leave me and my daddy. Yahusha. Where they gonna put me with me and my ring? Where they gonna put me at? I done already been told. If you told me that I'm gonna be a Kohan forever after the order of Melchizedek, and I'm sitting around looking at, I got a mother and a daddy. I got sisters and brothers. Aki and Haku. What exactly he just told me? I got to sever. Then he told me that he came to set a sword against all of it. Why would he do that? You can't have them. Not in where they're title. Not in where they're title. He wore. He said, I can't have them. I got to get rid of them. Y'all all right? I got to get rid of them. Can y'all imagine that? I don't know what y'all doing. Let's finish it well.
Who in the Yamim of his flesh?
Who in the Yamim of his flesh?
When he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death.
Why he telling you about his flesh? He been told comforting about the flesh. Who know what it was? It was weak. Guess what that means? Guess what happened when you took a Kohan? He also had weaknesses. How you think he was crying? Got weaknesses. People don't see, people that get saved so I can get strong. You don't stay at the flesh, though. You don't still battle some stuff. That's why you got to start learning how to lay some stuff aside. Because be a weight. And the sin. Isn't that right? Oh, prerequisite. Get rid of it and the sin. You know the sin got to go. If I got to lay aside the weight, we ain't going to have no talk about no sin, there. We shouldn't have no talk if I got to lay aside every weight. I should know I'm how to get rid of it. What about the sin? That's going to easily beset you. That's what's going to wind up hedging you in. You ain't going to be able to be productive. Y'all all right? But see, he told you who in the days of his flesh offered up strong.
When he had offered up prayers and supplications
with
strong crying and tears.
And tell him what he did, Brandon.
Unto him that was able to save him from death.
Can you see this? He done asked somebody who could stop him from dying. He just asked somebody to stop him from dying. Because he was weak. He didn't want to die. Tell him what happened, Brandon.
And was heard in that
Ignored.
he feared. And was heard in
Didn't
that he
pay him
feared.
no attention.
And was heard in that he feared.
I'm trying to get this straight. This won't be confusing for you as a Christian. Because on that we agree, he died. Just say he was heard. He just cried to somebody that could save him from dying. And he just told you he was heard. Tight. Tight. That's tight. This is one of the things you just ignore it and read it. Pray to God to give you understanding. The book says he was heard. In that he feared. He feared. Unlike the first man that came along, he didn't commit sin. He did not commit sin. He saved him. That was a death you die from sin. This man died for sin. This man did not die because he committed sin. This man saved sinners. This man auctioned his life for sin. You know what the book told us about him? That while we were, what was it again? While we was what now? What happened? Pick that up for me if you will. Who know what I want? Who know what I want? Bereshit chapter 3. I know y'all call Romans. What y'all heard me just quote, I think was like 5 and 6. Romans. Bereshit chapter 3. Genesis, they call it. 3 and 1. Let's see what happened. Listen to the book.
Now the Nakash was more subtle than any beast of the field which Elohim had made.
What happened?
And he said unto the Ashah, Yea, hath Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the Ashah said unto the Nakash, We may eat of the pari of the ots of the garden, but of the pari.
Now he's so arbitrary. Go ahead.
But of the pari of the ots which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim have said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. And the Nakash said unto the Ashah, Ye shall not surely die, for Elohim doth know that in the yom you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
And
You shall be as Elohim,
so what happened?
knowing Ta'ub and Rasha.
Y'all pay attention there? Y'all got this? You're going to hold me 2 and 19. 2 and 16. Get it from Bereshit 2 and 16. I called. I got to do all this. I got to do all this work. Thank you, Mr. Yahuwah. 2 and 16. Listen to the book.
And Yahuwah Elohim commanded the Ish, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat.
Pay attention. Of every tree of the garden, that means what?
Freely eat.
Tell them what happened, son.
But of the tree of the knowledge of Ta'ub and Rasha,
Tell them what happened.
thou shalt not eat of it.
Tell them why.
For in the yom that thou eatest
Pay
thereof,
attention for it now. But what now?
in the yom that thou eatest thereof,
Tell them what's going to happen.
thou shalt surely die.
Pay attention. Y'all hear that? In the yom, you do what now? You eat it of it?
That thou eatest thereof,
Tell them what's going to happen.
thou shalt surely die.
Y'all paying attention. At 3, and where you left out, 3 and 4? 3 and 4 Bereshit, they call Genesis. Listen to the book.
Verse 6.
At verse 6, listen.
And when the Ashar saw that the ots was Ta'ub for food,
Y'all saw that when she saw that the tree was good for food,
and that it was pleasant to the
and it was
eyes,
pleasant to the eye.
and a ots to be desired to make one wise,
Tell them what she did.
she took of the pari thereof,
And did what?
eat,
What did she do?
and did eat,
And what did she do?
and gave
Hold
also,
on, what did she do?
she took of the pari thereof,
She took of the fruit thereof.
and did eat,
And what happened?
and gave also unto her husband with her,
And tell them what happened.
and he did eat.
Pick me up at the book of Romans chapter 5, verse 4. Now I got to work this out right quick, you know. You know what I'm saying? I do that. That's when you think y'all, they pull you back in. Y'all got it? Listen to the book, Romans 5 and 4. Listen to the book.
And patience experience, and experience hope.
And what the hope do?
And hope maketh not ashamed.
So talk to me.
Because the love of Elohim is shed abroad in our hearts by the Ruach HaKodesh, which is given unto us.
That done sprinkled us. Listen.
For when we were yet without strength,
You said when we was what now?
when we were yet without strength,
Tell them what happened.
in due time, Mashiach died for the Rasha.
Yeah.
For scarcely for a Sadiq Ish will one die.
Yeah.
Yet peradventure for a Ta'ub Ish, some would even dare to
You
die.
ain't going to believe this. Tell them what happened.
But Elohim commended his love toward us,
Said what happened?
in that while we were yet sinners,
You said when we had first ate of the tree, what happened? What
while
God
we
done
were
do?
yet sinners, Mashiach died for us.
You ain't going to believe what happened. She ate before he did, which made her a sinner. You ain't going to believe what he did. He ate too, so he died. Don't take that long. Don't take that long. That's the only way I understand it. That's the only way I understand it. See, she ate first. That made her a sinner. He already told me in 2:16, the day he eat of it, you ain't going to believe what's going to happen. Pick me back up at Matthew Yahoo chapter 27. Matthew Yahoo chapter 27, verse 43. I'm thinking. Look at that Tahalim 19. And 1. Pick me up what you got on him. This is Matthew Yahoo chapter 27, 43. Listen to the book.
He trusted in Elohim.
Tell him what happened.
Let him deliver him now,
If he do what?
will have him.
What happened?
For he said, I am the ben of Elohim.
Yeah, back me up and let me hear verse 34. Listen.
They gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall.
What did they do?
Gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with
And
gall.
what happened?
When he had tasted
Tell
thereof,
them what he did.
he would not drink.
At verse 43.
He trusted in Elohim.
Do what?
Let him deliver him now, if he will have him.
Talk to me.
For he said, I am the ben of Elohim.
Listen.
The thieves also, which were crucified with him,
Did what?
cast the same in his teeth.
What happened?
Now from the 6th hour there was Kashak over all the land unto the 9th hour.
And what happened?
And about the 9th hour Yahusha cried with a loud voice, saying,
What did he say?
Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me?
So what happened?
Some of them that stood there, when they heard that, said, This each calleth for all Yahoo.
What happened?
And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar, and put it on a reed and gave him to drink.
And what happened?
The rest said, Let be, let us see whether all Yahoo will come to save him.
And what happened?
Yahusha, when he had cried again with a loud voice,
Did what?
yielded up the Ruach.
All right. He told him the day either he's going to surely die. Who y'all think? You know what your law told you? Who you supposed to get this to? Just like that fruit. Only way you supposed to got that fruit out that tree if you were ready to die. He told him the day he's going to do it. He already been taught the law. It's not good for Malachi to drink wine. You don't believe what his sign said over here. It said he was the Malak of the Yahudim. They said he was the Malak of Yasharal. They didn't come down. He wasn't supposed to drink it, not unless he was ready to die. That's what Adama told in the garden. Told him the yum that he eat of it, he going to surely die. Y'all going to believe when he died. He died that yum. I know y'all are missing. I know you're missing. And you ain't going to believe when they had to do it while you was a sinner. He had to do it while you was a sinner. Don't worry about it. He just commended his love toward him. Y'all all right? I don't know why we run around like that. We just run all through this book, don't we? Y'all all right? Hit me back at that 34th verse, and we're down. I'll just see something. 34, 27, 34. Listen, I'm about to leave 53. Come on. I got time, don't know, 53. I got to come back and get that 53-1 down some kind of way. This is 27, 34, since he read it. Listen to the book.
They gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall.
They did what now?
Gave him vinegar to drink,
Mingled with what?
gall.
Listen.
And when he had tasted thereof,
What did he do?
he would not drink.
What happened?
And they crucified him, and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Nabi.
Like what?
They parted my garments among them.
And?
Upon my vesture did they cast lots.
Who picked it up? Who picked it up? You should have, because Noah was a drink of wine. And when he became drunk, you didn't believe what happened. He uncovered him. They couldn't take his clothes off till he had drunk. You missed that too, then. Wouldn't it make sense to take his clothes off and they hadn't got him drunk yet. You had to give him something to drink. That's when he took our Noah clothes. After he had drunk. All right, we'll leave that alone. That's for y'all time. Come on, jump over to 53 and 1. Yes, Yahoo 53 and 1. Y'all got it? Well, we've done that. We don't talk about it. We just run through this and try to get y'all through. 53 and 1, yes, Yahoo, they call Isaiah. Oh. I call 19, Tahaleen 19. You got to work with me on this one. Let me have 19. 19 and 7. Let me have 19 and 1. Listen.
The Shamayim declare the kabut of Elohim.
No, that's not what I want. Let me see 22, say 22 and 1. Listen, I'm not following.
Ali, lama sabathani. Why art thou so far from helping me and from the dabarim of my roaring? O my Elohim, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not.
Yeah.
And in the night season, and am not silent. But thou art Kudash, O thou that inhabiteth
Let
the
me ask you a
praises of
question.
Yahshua.
How that was going to work out? The man said, when he said he was crying again?
O my Elohim, I cry in the daytime.
So you didn't believe when he cried, after that it got dark. And when does he cry?
But thou hearest not.
And what happened?
And in the night season,
Y'all can see why he made it dark. How is he going to fulfill this? See, people have been watching this. There are people been watching this stuff. That man cried in the day and in the night. People have been watching this. People have been skilled. Listen.
and am not silent. But thou art Kadash,
Yeah.
O thou that inhabitest the praises of Yahshua.
Yeah.
Our Abbas trusted in thee, they trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee, and were delivered. They trusted in thee, and were not confounded. But I am a worm, and no ish, a reproach of Anashim, and despised of the people.
Yeah.
All they that see me laugh me to scorn.
Listen.
They shoot out the lip,
You didn't
they
believe
shake
that.
the head.
The book said they mocked him. Listen.
They shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying, he trusted on Yahuwah that he would deliver him.
And they told you that he trusted in Elohim. Let him deliver him, he'll have him. That's how that book worked. They went by the book, told you they walked by and they wagged their heads at him. Listen.
Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him.
Listen.
But thou art he that took me out of the womb.
Yeah.
Thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breast.
Yeah.
I was cast upon thee from the womb.
Listen.
Thou art my Elohim from my mother's belly.
Yeah.
Be not far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help. Many bulls have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round.
See that? Listen.
They gaped upon me with their mouths,
Yeah.
as a ravening and a roaring lion.
Yeah.
I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint.
Listen.
My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels.
Yeah.
My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws. And thou hast brought me into the dust of death. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me.
Yeah.
They pierced my hands and my feet. I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me.
See that? They shall look on him whom they have pierced. Isn't that something? The fact that you sit here and you read this and see all these things happening for, how it can't be right. It all just makes sense for it. The fact that he would appear that he just showed him his hand and his feet. What else happened?
I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture.
Yeah.
But be not thou far from me, O Yahuwah. O my strength, haste thee to help me. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog.
Yeah.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns.
You see that? You know, ask them to do like they did for Daniel. Want to shut their mouth. That's good. Give me the 53 and 1 so I can get through. Yahusha, chapter 53 and verse 1. Listen to the book.
Who hath believed our report,
And
to whom is the arm of Yahuwah revealed?
see that? When people sat there and saw it, some of them didn't believe it. They didn't even believe the report. What y'all just heard, this was a report made. So when the people saw it, you ain't gonna believe it. He asked, who had believed it? And to whom is the arm of Yahuwah been revealed? They didn't see it. They say it, look, and didn't see it. Listen.
For he shall grow up before him
As?
a tender plant,
And like what?
as a root out of a dry ground.
Yeah.
He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Now when they beat him the way they did him, listen.
He is despised and rejected of Anashim,
Listen.
a ish of sorrows, and acquainted with grief.
Yeah.
And we hid, as it were, our panim from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
See that? We hid our faces from him. Who's seen it? You want to know who's seen it? Listen. We
Surely,
hid that hiding our face from him. God from Shaman, Yaphat, that's what they did. They hid their faces. They didn't want to see that man naked. They hid their face. That's how you understand it. You don't believe what Calm did, though. Calm looked on his father's nakedness. He was looking. He was sitting there staring, and he seen his nakedness. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? But you got to look at what Sham and Yaphat did. They didn't look. They walked backwards. And they covered him up. They weren't there going to look on their opposite nakedness. Listen.
surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Elohim, and afflicted.
What happened?
But he was wounded for our transgressions,
And what happened?
he was bruised for our iniquities.
What happened?
The chastisement of our shalom was upon him,
Yeah.
and with his stripes we are healed.
We healed. That's something to think about, isn't it? So now you start looking at man. When I look at a man, tell me to come unto me, all that burden heavy laden, I give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I'm meek and lowly at heart, and you'll find rest for your soul. I'm looking at this man. Look at what this man done. I'm looking at what kind of mindset a man like this got. This is a man that's suicidal. He's very suicidal. You don't believe what he do? He would do stuff that people would do that's suicidal. He would sometimes withdraw himself from people. People that's suicidal sometimes would do that. And you know what people suicidal feel like? They feel like everybody hates them. He even told us in the 15th chapter of the book of Yukonon, he says, rending their law. They start looking at stuff like that. I don't feel like I'm loved by people. I don't want to be around people. All I want to do is die. He was suicidal. So was Adon. Adon was suicidal. He just watched a woman sit here and eat some poisonous fruit and watched her creep off into death. Death just started to take away her life, and he would let her give it to him, and then he would eat it. This is a very suicidal person. But somebody sat down and looked at all of us, everybody around him, and look at all these people going to die. All these people are dead. And him to take on death, that's suicidal. And you know what's even more dangerous? The fact that he wouldn't stop it. 26:50. Who know what I want? Matayahu. God don't get me your Ukanan. They call John. 2750. Yeah, Ukanan. They called John. 18 and 30. Listen to the book.
And Yahusha said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahusha and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahusha stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high Kohan's
What happened?
and smote off his ear. Then said Yahusha unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place.
You said take that sword and cut who neck off?
Put up again thy sword into his place.
Why?
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
What happened?
Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Abba?
And do what?
And he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of Malachim.
But tell me what happened.
But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled?
This man, the man's suicidal. Here he is, got an opportunity to save himself, and he worried about some writing. Suicidal. 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 Yochanan chapter 18, verse 30. Y'all don't see that? Let me guess. You don't want to see it. That's the problem we have with people trying to be saved. Because people don't want to adapt the inevitable or take on what's actual reality. It's another answer. It's not another answer. The man was suicidal. Listen to the book.
They answered and said unto him, If he were not a malefactor,
What would have happened?
we would not have delivered him up unto thee.
Yeah.
Then said Pilate unto them, Take ye him and judge him according to your law. The Yahudim therefore said unto him, It is not lawful for us to put any each to death, that the saying of Yahusha might be fulfilled, which he spake, signifying what death he should die.
Yeah.
Then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again, and called Yahusha, and said unto him, Art thou the Malach of the Yahudim?
What he asked?
Yahusha answered him, Sayest thou this thing of thyself?
Or
Did others tell it thee of me?
what did he say?
Am I a Yehudi? Thine own nation and Rosh Kohanim have delivered thee unto me.
Tell me what happened.
What hast thou done?
What happened?
Yahusha answered, My Malkuth is not of this Aratz.
What happened?
If my Malkuth were of this Aratz,
Tell me what would have happened.
then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Yahudim.
That's amazing. You know what kind of thing about us reading that? Shamshon. When he came down to destroy our enemies, you ain't going to believe what 3,000 of us did. We went up and took him and gave him over to them. Because we said they ruled over us, like sin does. Now that he was finally captured of him and holding of him, we didn't even try to come back and get him. Y'all all right? He was put in the same weakened state just like us. You know what he kept trying to tell him? The whole time, he would only give her enough information. But then he came around and telling her something that she needed to know. He said, if the locks of my hair be shaved, he said, I'll be just like any other Eve. Just like the rest of us. Why would a man do that? Love a woman enough that he would tell her how to get himself to the lowest point of himself. To get the most vulnerable secrets about himself. Suicidal. So, and then to know that for a fact, done already tried to trick him. Willingly give himself up like that. It said it came past that she pressed on him daily. Kept pressing him. So he just wound up just telling him. Who else would do that but a man that's suicidal? That's crazy and head over heels for a woman. Y'all all right? Sometimes people do that. They'll kill themselves because of money. They'll kill themselves because of position, status, or they'll kill themselves for love. The man was suicidal for love. Then he asking anybody that wants to be with him that you're going to have to be suicidal. Kind of like one of them Romeo and Juliet stories where both of them kill themselves. Listen, I'm not going to kill you and you ain't going to kill me. I'm going to let you kill you and I'm going to kill me. And we're going to be together forever. You have to have that mind to look at death was a deliverance for him. See, a lot of times, just like myself, when I get like I talk about them little rhythm jumps or something, I start talking to him. Oh, hopefully ain't time now. Or you can let me hold on a little. I talk with him like that. I said, then hold on a little longer now. I try to remind him about y'all. Feel like that'll kind of help out. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that right? I might call some of y'all name. Might tell you know Mike. He'll give up for a hand. You know what I'm saying? I know they're going to keep around at least another 30, 40 years. So I get that boy to fight that pork addiction. Saying that been. But you start to consider, you start to speak, you start saying, let me try to stay a little longer. Let me hang around a little longer. And a lot of that becomes because I got a lot of attachments. Kind of like what they had before. Kind of like the space shuttle. You know what I'm saying? I can take off pretty good, but in order to get to where I gotta go, I gotta release something. I gotta let something go. In order for me to get all the way up there, it's some stuff I'm having to let go. It could be a wife, it could be kids, it could be grandkids, it could be self. There's a lot of stuff I'm having to get rid of in order to get all the way up there. And see, sometimes when you try to hold on to stuff, you come right on back down. Y'all ever thought about that? So this weight is pretty much setting you up for suicide. I mean, you look at a man walk around and he's sad all the time. You know what you say? Man, you like you want to kill yourself or you just want to die. Can you imagine that? That's what we associate with. You see a person grieving all the time, so you say, man, that's not good. You're going to mess around, man. You're going to wind up killing yourself. But you know what it was, though? He was madly in love with a woman. And that woman drove him so to where he ain't had no happiness but that woman. That woman drove him so to it, drove the man to kill himself. Then he said, I only did it because I love you. Can you believe that Adam loved her enough to sit there and look at her dying, that he would sit there and he would kill his own self too? And people are going to react Romeo and Juliet. They ain't going to react to God, though. Too much other right stuff getting. I'm going to start correcting some other stuff in that play. It's going to be a mess. Pull me out there crying and hollering. They don't get rid of them old sorry cheap books they got. But the things that you got to do in order for you to be saved, I just told you that because you really got to realize it. You basically got to become almost suicidal. By detaching yourself from anything that's not like-minded. Detaching yourself from anything or anybody that's not like-minded. Huh? Almost kind of singling yourself off. Always keeping that same thing that keeps you in that way on your mind. If he was a man acquainted with sorrow and all these different things, what kind of people he stayed on? When you go, everybody around him was sick. How y'all be aware you go in the hospital and hang every day? It's depressing. It's depressing. You seeing babies, people dying, people crying, people moan. Oh, you're like, goodness. These are the type of people he sit around with. The type of people he came to were all about people that were in a similar situation where they were at imminent death. And some had already passed, and he brought them back. Just so they can get their knowledge, and then you can die in peace. So I say this to kind of say, when you kind of know what a person calling you to and what their mindset is, it kind of gives you a better idea of what their angle is. You kind of know how to approach it. So I had to approach this to be ready to die. I got to approach this to be ready to kind of detach myself. Y'all all right? I had to approach this in a way, and it makes sense sometimes why the heart flutter and why certain things happen. Sometimes I see them swallowing, drink water, see like my throat still dry. Anybody had that before? No. How many of y'all love you? We're not doing this today. Don't make me pray for all y'all throat to be dry for a couple hours. But I had it, man. Listen, how many of y'all had it look like you can't swallow? And what you start thinking? I might be finna die. How many of y'all? Anytime when you get mine, everything be finna die. Yeah. Everything be about everything so simple. I'm about to die. But where it seems bad and what people want to do, I don't want that to happen. I don't want, but it's gonna happen. And as soon as you can wrap your mind around it, then you can start making a defense so you don't have to go to hell. You got what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop death. I can make a defense why I don't have to go to hell, though. Ben Hanam. You know what I'm saying? Ben Gehenna, whatever you want to call it. I can make a defense. I'm not going to stop death just like he did. You're not going to come in the flesh and be like us and escape death. You can make a defense, or you ain't got to burn in hell. Y'all got me? So now when these different things come, where I look to them being so much fear, and that's normal because I never died before. I don't see me just saying, come get like these folks. I watch these white John McCain right here film. Man, I'd be like, man, I don't know what to write. I'm finna die. I'm finna writing this stuff. That junk was so book written, like, man, throw that junk in the trash. I'm be crying, hollering, help! I'm like, who? That man went out here crying, screaming. Because that's the natural of a man leaving. I'm parting ways from what I know is like. This is all I ever known is living, being in this arise, working and functioning here. I don't know how to function on the other side, so it's only natural to be expected that I'm going to fight and struggle to stay here. But then I'm going to have to be able to comfort myself at the scripture. Whatsoever things written aforetime, written for our learning, we through patient comfort of the scripture might have hope. I got to have confidence that what he told me is going to carry me all the way over. Going to carry me all the way over, even to eternal life. But I got to be willing to suicide out in this one. People do it all the time. People make suicide pacts. I got to make a pact with them. You know what? People do that. They say, listen, you drink this, or you take this, and I'm going to take it, and we're going to die. We're going to make a pact. That's what I got to do. I got to make a pact with him. I'm going to live just like he lived. I'm going to say just what he said. I'm going to do what he did. And I'm going to die just like he did. And I'm going to live just like he lived. Forever. Forever. I got to believe that. But I got to be willing to separate with this. The problem we got, people, even with Adam, y'all realize he had to be willing to separate? In order for him to be what he had to separate. Because guess what? How she going to have to go and he going to have to stay. And you ain't going to believe what he even said out of his own mouth. He said, for this cause. Who know what he said? He said, for this cause shall a man come into the right. For this cause shall a man come into the right, or for this cause shall a man leave Abba and like he did, left his father and his mother, so he can cleave to his wife. You understand that man had to sit here, and in order for him to be with her, he had to leave from them. He had to do the same. He had to separate. That's what kind of love he had. For I see you dying. I'm going to take on the same mistake so I can be with. Now we're going to take this and turn it on doing a righteous work. We seen what he did that pleases the Father so that he can live forever. Now, if we love him, let's do the same. Because he did it first for us. We were without strength. Because she lost that once she found herself in sin. How was she going to recover? There was no recovery for her. And this man died for her. He said, you can't find hard nobody to die for a righteous man, pre-adventure for a good one. But while we were sinners, can you imagine that? Somebody say, hey, who want to die for this guy? He's a good fellow. People keep walking. They ain't talking to me. If he died, it's his time. How about him sitting here saying, I'll do it. Hey, who want to die for this? Who want to die for Lanita? How many of y'all here want to die for Lanita? How many of y'all like Lanita? How many think she's good or cool? How many of y'all want to die for her? I appreciate y'all being honest. I ain't raising mine either. I just use. Can you imagine somebody, and he said, while we said no, he was sitting there like this. Can you imagine the same way nobody want to die for her, nobody want to die for you? Did you ever think about that? Don't you feel bad, because don't nobody want to die for none of y'all either. So the feeling is mutual. Can you imagine him sitting here with his hand up saying, I'll do it? Matter of fact, he put both hands up. Guess what he wanted in return? You do the same for me. You just do the same thing for me. That's all they ask. You do the same thing. You be willing to die for me and don't be ashamed. You know why some people won't raise their hand? Because somebody asks when they stupid. Why would you die for you stupid? She don't care nothing about you. Nobody want to be embarrassed. Nobody want to be humiliated. Nobody want to feel bad or be singled out. But he did it. Can you imagine that? Listen, who dies for sinners? Who dies for wrong people? Who died for no good, rotten, scoundrel, hypocrite, false pretender? Who does that? And he raises both hands? So I got to do it. I had to admit to you guys tonight that I am suicidal. I decided to take this pack on of suicide. Can't love mother and father more than him. That's what people do now. How many of y'all want to commit suicide before? Want to do it? Anybody? I did. And you take on that, it's because nobody loves you. That's just being honest. These people don't love you. Just come to the truth. See, that same mind. People think that these people, sinners don't love you. You know why? They can't love themselves. How a sinner going to love you? A sinner just deal with you. Sinners have to lie to themselves. Sinners have to make fun, make pretend, because they know they all liars and they all hypocrites. The truth of the matter is they don't love you. Because in order to love you, you got to first love yourself. Y'all all right? That's what we got to do tonight. If any man will come after me, he going to have to do what? What you just told me to do. I got to be suicidal. Deny myself of my mother, my father, my wife, whatever I got, my kids, my grand. I got to be willing to money, whatever I got. Car, I got to be willing to deny myself of any of that stuff and take up my cross. We know the cross, what connects with the cross, that's death. He ain't going to believe what happened to everybody down the cross. Curse. Curse of every man that hangeth on the tree. He didn't believe what the book told him about us. Told us about him. That he became a curse for us. Now he want me to become a curse to these people. Y'all all right? A little different? Something to think about? Hopefully y'all are considering, hopefully y'all become suicidal too. That's good.